Well, good morning, everybody. This is how to detox your home, and it's a 5-day challenge. Today is day one. We have a couple of us here on the line. We're going to talk a little bit about how our challenge is set up this week, and then we have some conversation about the what our challenges for today. And we want to make sure that you know that we're here to encourage you to remove the toxins from your home and replace them with all natural ones. And the ditch and switch kit that we sent you is really all about helping you find an alternative to some of the more toxic products that are out there.
And to show you an easy way to get started.
Exactly.
I think it's a little overwhelming to people. And I think that's why a lot of people don't get started, is because it's just a heavy load to think about what's bad, what's good, what do I do, how do I do it? And so we are here to walk you through that. And some people go faster than others, and that's okay, right? So
Exactly.
We're here to support you with wherever you're at.
Exactly. Here's our agenda for the day then. For our time here online this morning, we're going to talk a little bit about the dangers of some common cleaning products, and then we really want to encourage you to grasp and put your arms around the power of detoxing your home and having your home a healthy home. Sheila is going to talk with us a little bit about her story, and then we're going to talk about your challenge for the day. All told, we'll be here for probably about 10 or 15 minutes. So that's our agenda for now, but let's get into it. Let's talk a little bit about the dangers of the common cleaning products. Okay, here's a list of a lot of products that we use in our home every day. But, you know, you bring things unwittingly into your home, not knowing really what's in there.
And trusting that what's on the shelf has been approved, that it's okay
Exactly.
for us to use. We just assume that, right?
Right. So what happens is that while we are using these products, the toxins are collecting in our bodies, and this is causing what they call a body burden. And it's important for us to really pay attention to what we're putting on our bodies just as much as we're putting in them, because as many of us know, it only takes 26 seconds from the time something touches our skin until traces of it can be found in every organ of our body. I mean, really let that sink in. Every organ of your body, and every
26 seconds.
And every organ of your child's body, really.
And your pet.
And your pets. So this is why we care about the level of toxicity and the level of toxins in our products each day.
I just add something that other countries don't allow the chemicals that we allow in the States. And I think that we just automatically think that we're USA, we're America, that we're better than everybody else. But I do have to say we are not when it comes to this area.
Yeah, because they introduce about 60,000 different chemicals every year, and they have no safety testing. And really, we don't know, we as consumers know very little about their effects on our bodies. And the sad part of this is that of all these chemicals that are tested regularly, the toxic labeling is only required if 50% or more of the animals that this chemical is tested on actually die. So this is so disturbing that really, in order for them to get to a toxic chemical labeling, requirement, that they have to wipe out half of the testing population of the critters that they're testing on, and that we can't go there, but nonetheless, it's just really disturbing. And then the next piece that's really disturbing is under the Toxic Substance Control Act, manufacturers are protected by their trade secret laws, and this allows them to keep their list of ingredients a secret. So so you can see, like, all right, let's talk about, we'll start with wipes here, because wipes are a common thing that people have in their homes, and they don't really think about about, are these things toxic or not, right? I mean, big name brands make them. So of course they must have they must not be putting things on the market that could possibly be, causing you any sort of health issues. However, there are a lot of hidden ingredients in all sorts of products, but especially in wipes, because the hidden ingredients are almost in the byproducts of the process that actually creates the cloth. And the cloth, all wet wipes are made up of some sort of cloth. The cloth is either made up from viscose, which is some sort of a wood pulp derivative, and that can involve chemicals to remove the the cloth, to make cloth from the wood. Or it's going to be polyester, and gosh, anything can be in polyester, or it's going to be polypropylene, which is simply plastic. And it's important for us to know the makeup of the cloth, because that's what comes in contact with our skin. And crazy. So I don't know, Sheila, fragrance. I mean, we could go on all day about fragrance.
We could go on all day. I say that's the bad F word. That's what I say.
There you go.
Now, it's not 4 letters, but it's so dangerous. So with that word fragrance, FDA only allows that word be on the product, right? So no consumer is going to go dig in deep into what does that mean, what chemicals are associated with this. But typically there's over 80 chemicals that are associated with that word fragrance. So it lists fragrance, but underneath that word protects about 80 chemicals in there.
Exactly.
I would invite you to go watch the movie stink.com. It's an amazing one-man story. And so it's just a really good eye opener to what they put in these fabrics and in the chemicals that are then in your body and your children and pets.
And against your skin all day. Exactly.
And against your skin all day. Yes.
Right. So like Sheila was saying, fragrance is like a chemical cocktail. And this is the term in which manufacturers can hide behind and call this their trade secret. So they don't have to tell you what's in fragrance. So none of us actually know what's in fragrance. And so bottom line, they're highly toxic. They often will trigger things like asthma, hormone disruptors, allergens, and it's a known carcinogen, many of them. So fragrance, anytime you see fragrance, you should just put the product down and run.
And the other thing with that is that they know where consumers want to go and what they want to see and what they want that label to look like, and how that, believe it or not, what that label feels like to you. I know that's crazy, but they spend a lot of time trying to figure out what label is going to attract the person to buy it. And so there's so many products out there that are pretty. And it's a lavender fragrance or something like that. Exactly. Don't be fooled by the label for sure.
Right, exactly. And one of I think the things in a very popular laundry detergent was that they specifically had to figure out the fragrance of lavender and lemon, so that because people associate lemon with clean, and so they had to make sure that they had the fragrance had a sufficient amount of lemon fragrance, so that people would feel that they were having clean.
And remember that these fragrances are chemically made to smell like lemon or like the thing, right?
This is all done in a lab. This is not natural lemon, right? So fragrance, run. That's the most important thing that we can tell you about.
If you take away anything from the challenge, that's it. Fragrance, run. Ditch
the fragrance. Exactly. If it's anything that says fragrance, we're gonna go quickly over the other two. These are the top 3 chemicals in each of these kinds of products that you should be aware of. The next one is formaldehyde. Formaldehyde, or a formaldehyde releasing preservative, is super toxic to humans. I mean, OSHA has recognized this as a carcinogen. And here's the funny thing, formaldehyde was the 2015 allergen of the year. And it was,
Wow.
yes, and it's really one of the reasons for widespread allergic contact dermatitis. So go figure. You come in contact with formaldehyde, it's absorbed by inhalation, and then and the respiratory tract gets really irritated. Your skin's irritated. You might get dizzy, and it actually is going to, within hours, is going to start causing some sort of itching.
And
So,
let's think about that is, these chemicals then are into your body and into your cells. So it's a foreign chemical. So the body can't break it down, and then you're storing it and you're holding it.
Yep.
And that's
So
causing a lot of different damage to your body.
We're on our PowerPoint. We're saying, skin, eyes, nose, and throat irritants and may cause nausea and headaches. But you know what? This is just the symptom of what it's doing in your body, and
tip of the iceberg.
All these chemicals will cause some sort of irritation. And so if you are having any sort of health issues at home, you really need to look at your products. I mean, that's the bottom line here.
And it doesn't take long. It doesn't take long for you and your body to notice the difference when you use that thieves cleaner that we gave you. We're going to talk about that in a couple of days. Or today, or whenever it is.
Tomorrow.
But
yeah.
But you use just that for this whole 5 days of the challenge, just that to clean anything and everything. And then you go back to using whatever it is that you have. Your body and your nose is going to say, whoa.
Yeah. Right.
Whoa.
So we're gonna go quickly through aerosols. Sure, you're gonna get a finer, more regular, even coverage with your spray, but the downside is that these cans are just these dispensers aren't refillable, and there's a smaller amount of the actual product that's in the can because they need to have a propellant gas that's going to push the product out. And so these cans are simply a universal waste. I mean, they're terrible. And here's the hard part, is that not only are they bad for you, but they're bad for the environment, because MIT's Department of Earth, Atmospheric and Planetary Sciences has said that aerosols may be altering the rainfall patterns and percentages around the world. I mean, really look at how that's impacting the planet.
We're talking about the planet for a second. So I don't know if you guys were aware that Maui passed a law that you can no longer have any sunscreen with chemicals in it. It has to be plant-based because it's killing the coral reefs.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Young Living, for mineral sunscreen. That's the best. But I mean, this is just a perfect example of what's starting to happen to our earth. And I think it's really like what's starting to happen. What's the culprit to our bodies?
Right.
Yeah.
So here's, not only are these words that are hard to pronounce because, they're just highly toxic chemicals, but again, here's formaldehyde, and then here's the propellants, propane, butane, or DME, which is dimethyl ether. I mean, these are all the things that make those cans sort of explosive. And we no longer have the chlorofluorocarbons, the CFCs that they said were damaging the ozone layer. So in the United States, we're not doing that anymore. We're not being able. I mean, manufacturers are not able to use CFCs, and they haven't done it for about 50 years. But nonetheless, if you still have aerosol sprays in your home, paint or hairspray or whatever, sure, you're helping the ozone damaging chemicals, you're not using them. But whenever you spray an aerosol product, you're increasing your family's carbon footprint with all these compressed gases and the hydrocarbons that are contained in these aerosols. so we're asking you to pull the aerosol sprays and replace them with the pumps or something else. So next we're going to talk about hand sanitizers. And everybody understands, hand sanitizers. We've been in contact with them like crazy. And here are the top 3 ingredients typically in hand sanitizers. The first one is ethyl alcohol or ethanol, which is really not that toxic to you. Isopropyl alcohol is it's going to cause skin rash, dry skin, itchiness, and redness. And maybe I've been interacting with people a lot that have used a lot of hand sanitizer, and I can see their fingers and the skin on their hands as just so red. It's disturbing. And using isopropyl alcohol is just irritating to your nose and throat, and repeated use is going to cause dizziness or confusion.
I think it's going to go deeper than that. I mean, with the 26 seconds that it takes for any chemical to be in your body, it's just long term, and it's going to be long term effects. And I don't know what generation is going to figure it out, but it does affect you. It all adds up.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Yeah. So we're asking you to really think about a hand sanitizer that doesn't include all of this stuff. And is isopropyl alcohol dangerous? Well, according to livestrong.org, the approximate lethal dose of that alcohol is about 8 ounces. So 8 ounces is a lot. It's not, but nonetheless, if you had ingested alcohol, so rubbing alcohol or isopropyl alcohol, if you ingest 8 ounces, it's going to actually wipe you out. It's going to kill you. But here's the good thing: you can use this to repel bed bugs, because bed bugs hate the smell of alcohol, and so you can use rubbing alcohol or isopropyl alcohol to basically get rid of your bed bugs. So that's the good news. But hand sanitizers is really one of those things that you have to be careful. So and they probably will throw in some fragrance or this these
benzocaine.
Yes, exactly.
Something.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes, this is a disinfectant, and it's super toxic. Again, you just want to keep this stuff off of your skin.
And there were people that, were hospitalized and things like that from the hand sanitizer that they were using, because it was so loaded with chemicals, and their body was at a position where it just couldn't take, much more. Right.
Right. Absolutely.
So detox your home. We love talking about detoxing your home, and, maybe further on down the road, some other one will do detoxing the body, but, you got to detox the home first to be able to, work on the next thing.
Exactly. So the next category of products that we're looking for you to, to swap out is household cleaners. And
can I just say something about that? You don't need 10, different products to do the job of, your house, right? I mean, I literally use the thieves on everything: tubs, toilets, countertops, sinks. And I think about the list of things that people buy for a purpose. Like, this is for the toilet. This is for the sink. This is for the tub. This is, it's so unnecessary. But then that goes back to how we're marketed, right? And how they are, can I call it brainwashing? I feel like I tell everybody, we're robots. We've just turned into robots. We just do what's out there on the shelf, and it's fine, and we think it's fine. And so we're here to, obviously we have a passion to share that these chemicals really are affecting your body, and over time you're going to feel it.
Well, and part of the deal is most people just don't know.
Right. I didn't know. Right. I didn't know.
I mean, when you're first waking up to this information, or somebody has exposed you to this information, you're like, how can that be? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm buying this stuff, I'm paying good money for these products, and it couldn't be that they are actually poisoning me or robbing me of my health. That just doesn't seem, like, what are all these government agencies doing, to protect us? Well, the problem is, if they're introducing 60,000 chemicals every year, there aren't enough people in the government agencies to regulate what's going on.
Yeah.
And so so what happens is that you can use a product for, and then people start getting sick, and then they start to look at what maybe is there a common theme throughout all these people getting sick, and so then the lawyers get involved, and then they will actually start to go after the manufacturers of that thing. And then the manufacturers go, oh, okay, all right, we are going to switch out that chemical, and they call it basically they switch out the chemicals, but it's the next one they switch it out for is no better than the old one, and so it takes another 10 years for people to get sick and for them to find out that this is a toxic chemical. And
it's a vicious cycle. It really is. And it's so unnecessary, really. It is what we're here to point out is make you aware, right? Because I didn't know, and bring you an option, and then, let you decide.
Absolutely.
Right?
So
we're
going to household cleaners, ammonia. I mean, ammonia is a toxic gas, and it's poisonous. So, ammonia is really one of the most common ingredients in your household cleaners. And a lot of people will use ammonia in the bathroom, and
no windows, don't turn on the fan.
Oh, it's terrible, right? So basically you want to stay, and if you're in a closed space, you're not well ventilated, you might get a little sick to your stomach, you might have a little nausea, you might have some dizziness. Anyway, it's super toxic to your brain. It's absolutely not good for the environment. It's not good for you. So you see ammonia on the ingredients list, you should just turn around and run. So those are the 4 items that we think you want to turn your focus to and start to look at how you can change your use of these 4 categories of products.
And we've got the answer for you.
Yeah. So, okay, look at detoxing your home. What we want to say is that we're here as a act of healthcare prevention, and it's a lot cheaper than getting sick and going through all of the testing and all of the trips and all of the scary, like somebody's lost, has shortness of breath, or somebody's having, itchy skin, and your kid is having, from the wipes that you're using on your child, their bottom is getting completely red and itchy and irritant, and the cost of running your child to the doctor over and over again, trying to find the what's wrong, and having creams and maybe some shots and all sorts of other stuff, when really the cause is perhaps the environment that you have your child in. For instance, what kind of baby wipes are you using on your child? What kind of cleaning products are you using on that child's toys or crib or changing station? So, what we want to say to you is detoxing your home is going to be powerful for not just you, but for your children, your pets, and it's really, we can't say enough about how important it is for you to do this for you. Okay, so our friend Sheila has had quite a story, and we want to just share, Sheila wants to share a little bit about her story and how she has turned things around for herself. So Sheila.
A lot of things to talk about, but we'll try to keep it short. So about 8 years ago, when I was 50, I'm 58 now, my life literally was turned upside down when my health just took a turn, right? Took a turn for the worse. I feel like it happens like a light switch with people. And when I talk to people, they say the same thing. It's like one day I just woke up and it was, I just couldn't go on. I was fatigued, no energy. I would nap throughout the day. I blew up 20 pounds around my stomach. And I've been overweight before, so it wasn't something that I had done. So I knew it was something other than that. And I was also hospitalized for aspartame poisoning from diet pop. And that's that's a bad chemical. That's another bad chemical. And through that journey, I found out that my liver was functioning at 35% because the body was overloaded with toxins. So one of my dear friends and doctor said, Sheila, whenever you're talking to people, explain to them like the body's a bucket. So your body's a bucket and you keep putting all these bad chemicals in there, from preservatives to your cleaners, to your shampoos, to your deodorant, all of it that has chemicals in it. So when the bucket is full and you keep putting those things in there, it has to overflow and go in your body somewhere. So it's going to go to your weakest point. And it's most likely going to go into an organ, and mine was my liver. So again, that was from, my cleaning products and candles and perfume and laundry detergents. And so what happens is that over time, we like to talk about bioaccumulation because over time, the body bioaccumulates all of these toxins, and then they're stored in your body, and then your organs work less. So, I mean, talk about the generations and the people out there that are fatigued and that are just, it's just taking them down, right? It's because the organs aren't functioning like they should. So through that, with the natural path, worked on my health. I was determined to be better, feel better, because I have 16 grandkids and I want to be here for them. I just feel like it wasn't my time yet. Okay. It wasn't my time to go down. And so through that, a friend of mine shared Young Limwy with me. And that's when I found the plant-based products. And they were supporting my body, not damaging my body. They were blessing my body, not taxing my body. So I always say I will be forever grateful for my friends. And so what I invite you to do today is just sit for a few minutes in how you really feel. How do you really, really feel? I think it's important. I think that we just go, and we just think I'm getting older and I'm getting older and I'm supposed to feel like this and I'm supposed to feel like this. Keith and I'm 58, my husband's 69. We run circles around people that are younger than us. And you can feel better. And that's a passion that Catherine and this team has for you, is to let's just get you feeling a little bit better and introduce these things to you, make you aware of it. You know what? And then it's your choice, right? But I will tell you that at 58, I really feel better than I did in my 30s. And I know you can too. And we are here to help you do that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Wow. So thanks, Sheila. I mean, that is, almost losing your body, your life to aspartame poisoning is pretty disturbing.
Well, and that is one of doctors that I talked to. He said, Sheila, that is one of the hardest chemicals to get out of your body.
Oh, I believe it.
And I'm working on it.
It turns into formaldehyde in your body. Aspartame does. So that's part of it. Starts to embalm your body. That's what aspartame does in your body. So people that are drinking the diet drinks, diet, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
You just need to,
and there's aspartame and not just diet pop, right? There's aspartame in those other drinks, right? Yeah. It isn't just diet pop that has aspartame, right?
Exactly.
So we're going to teach you through this challenge how to read your labels.
Read your labels. Exactly. Okay. That brings us to your challenge for today. And we think we're setting you up to do one challenge each day, one thing, one less than 5-minute action that will help you become a better label reader and for you to become more aware of products in your home. So we invite you to go and open up the doors under your sink, kitchen or bathroom, doesn't matter, and take a photo and then post it to our Facebook group and let us know what you think about the toxins or what you think about the products under your sink. Or if you have a product that you're wondering about, take a photo of the ingredients on that label and then post that into the group and let us know. You know, there's a lot of products out there that are greenwashing and pretending to be green and really aren't. But so I've done that. I accidentally picked something up and I thought, oh, this should be good. And then I thought, oh, I flipped it over and I thought, oh no, oh,
What's
absolutely
wrong with
not.
you, Catherine?
Yeah. I'm like, oh, how did you sneak that crap in here? So anyway, that's the challenge for us today.
And we're going to do the same thing so that, you know, we're going to participate as well. Ours will look different than yours probably. But we just want to do that as well to experience it with you. And it literally will take you 5 minutes.
Exactly. So that's your challenge for today. And also, if you post your photo in the Facebook group and then follow along today, we have a couple other things, then you're going to be eligible to win a prize. And we're going to have a live Q&A tonight. So at 8 o'clock Central, that would be 9 p.m. Eastern. Sorry, everybody on the East Coast. We're going to have a live Q&A, and after the live Q&A, then we're going to pull a winner for today. And so we'll make sure that that's all posted by tonight as well. But we invite you to come back if you have some questions about your products, and then we'll just be in the Facebook group all day interacting with you. So Sheila, you want to wrap us up for us, and then we'll be able
We look forward to having you. We are thankful and blessed that you are here, and we know that you are going to benefit. You're going to take something away from this.
Thank you.